Have you ever looked up at the clouds and seen a shape that made you smile? A dragon, a castle, or maybe a ship sailing across an ocean of blue. What if I told you those weren't just random shapes? What if they were painted just for you? High above a sleepy green meadow, in a studio made of mist and morning light, lived a tiny painter named Milo. Milo wasn't like other artists. His canvases were the endless skies, and his paints were made of pure, bottled dreams. Every morning, he'd take out his brushes, each one tipped with a soft feather from a passing goose, and get to work. For the dreamers down below, he'd paint magnificent, towering castles with spires that tickled the sun. For the hearts yearning for adventure, he'd swirl his brush and bring forth fierce, fire-breathing dragons with scales of shimmering gold. And for the sailors far from home, he'd paint sturdy ships with full sails, guiding their hearts back to shore. The people in the little town would start their day by looking up. A farmer might see a fluffy sheep and know it was a good day for the flock. A baker might spot a cloud shaped like a perfect loaf of bread and feel inspired. They'd smile to each other and say, "Look at the sky. Today is going to be a good day." Milo's art filled their world with wonder and their hearts with quiet joy. He was the secret keeper of their happiness, the invisible artist of their hopes. But one afternoon, the sky began to change. A restless, dark wind, smelling of rain and distant thunder, whipped through the meadow and up into Milo's airy studio. It wasn't a gentle breeze. It was a bully. It howled and swirled, smudging his beautiful creations. The dreamy castles crumbled into gray mist. The adventurous dragons dissolved into formless blobs. The sailor ships were torn apart, their sails becoming tattered rags of vapor. The sky, once a masterpiece of light and hope, was now a chaotic mess of angry, bruised clouds. The people below huddled in their homes, their smiles gone, replaced by worried glances. The good day had vanished. Milo felt a pang of despair. His heart, usually so full of color, felt as gray as the sky he now faced. He grabbed his brightest pigments, sunny yellow, hopeful blue, courageous red, and tried to fight back. He painted a brilliant rainbow, a vibrant arc of defiance against the gloom. But the wind was too strong, and a sudden downpour washed the colors away like tears. The rainbow bled and dripped down the sky, fading into nothing. Milo tried again, painting a bright, smiling sun, but a thundercloud rolled over it, swallowing its light whole. He slumped onto a cloud bank, his feather brushes drooping. The wind howled in his ears, mocking his efforts. "What's the point?" he whispered to himself. "My colors are no match for this darkness. he felt small and powerless. The joy he found in painting, the very thing that gave his life meaning, was gone. He was ready to pack up his dream paint and let the storm have its way. The world, it seemed, would have to learn to live without his art, just as he was about to give up. A tiny brown sparrow, seeking refuge from the storm, landed right beside him. It shook the rain from its wings and looked at Milo with its bright, beady eyes. It chirped a simple, clear note that cut through the wind's roar. Then it looked at the chaotic, thundering sky and back at the defeated little painter. And it chirped again, a melody that seemed to say, "Even storms need a little color, don't you think?" Milo stared at the bird, then at the stormy canvas before him. The sparrow's simple truth struck him like a bolt of lightning, quite literally. As a flash of brilliant white light zigs across the sky, and in that flash, Milo saw it. He wasn't meant to fight the storm. He was meant to paint asterisk with asterisk it. A new energy surged through him. He grabbed his sturdiest brush. He didn't reach for his gentle dream paints. Instead, he dipped his brush directly into the raw power of the storm. He caught a flicker of lightning and spun it into a thread of pure electric silver. He scooped up the deep, rumbling purple from a thundercloud and swirled it into the angry gray. He used the wind itself to blend the colors, creating sweeping, dramatic strokes he'd never dared to try before. He painted the storm not as something to be feared, but as something to be witnessed. It was wild, yes. It was powerful, absolutely. But it was also breathtakingly beautiful. He painted streaks of gold where the sun tried to peek through, and deep indigos in the heart of the rain. The sky became a symphony of chaos and light, a masterpiece of untamed energy. Down below, the people cautiously looked out their windows. They expected to see a terrifying, bleak tempest. But what they saw stopped them in their tracks. The sky was alive. It was a swirling, magnificent dance of dark and light, of power and grace. They weren't scared anymore. They were in awe. They stepped out of their homes, not hiding from the rain, but looking up at the sky, mesmerized. From that day forward, the people in the town never looked at a storm the same way again. They didn't see darkness or fear. Instead, they saw Milo's art. They saw the silver streaks of lightning, the deep purples of thunder, and the hidden gold of a sun waiting to return. They would look up at the wildest of skies, and a knowing whisper would pass between them. Even the wildest skies can be beautiful. And Milo, the tiny cloud painter, learned the most important lesson of all. True art isn't just about painting sunny days and happy dreams. It's about finding the beauty in everything, even in the storm, and showing the world that even in the darkest moments, there is always, always light to be found. If you enjoyed it and want to see more little bits of magic like this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It means the world. See you next time.